is, coming from DC, I'm a big fan of his guy. Put your hands together for Mr. Brian Schutt!
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Oh, man. They told me about that dabbing with Cam thing backstage. I was like, I'm not like a big football fan. But I was able to follow along just fine. Turns out, I really need to know a lot about football to appreciate what just happened. I'm in a good mood, talking about sports. NBA All-Star Weekend was this weekend. NBA fans? Yeah? I can't tell if we have a quorum. I feel like there's just like a loud group of like maybe 6 people evenly spread out. Is this an NBA crowd? Alright, well yeah, I don't think so either. Well that's a shame guys, because I'm just gonna have to power through this fucking joke anyways. Because that's literally all I had planned. No ability to divert. I love the NBA, it's like one of my favorite things in the world. I was really hoping to connect to some people tonight. I'll just wander the icy streets alone after this set is done. As per usual. I love the NBA, but I got one minor problem with it. Just a minor quibble. There's only one thing I don't like about it. I don't like that it's all in HD now. You know, that like high definition television broadcast. Like you can just like see everybody like way too well. Just every face so crisp, every pockmark. The only reason it's a problem for me is like NBA players, not the greatest looking bunch of people I've seen in my life, you know? Like, you guys ever seen Kevin Durant in HD? A room full of people who doesn't really watch the NBA. You guys ever seen this guy in HD? Like, he is a tall, skinny, goofy bastard, man. Like, I know I'm not in a great position to talk, but he's just got that, like, Nightmare Before Christmas physique thing going on. Like, he puts on a basketball jersey, it just looks like a garbage bag caught in a tree branch. It's like a weird thing on the bag. But like, one of my favorite plays, like, I love watching LeBron James play. It's like one of my favorite things to do ever. But the thing is, like, when you watch LeBron in HD for too long, like, you notice the age of his head doesn't really match up with the age of his body. You know? So, like, from the neck down, he's got that, like, shiny, muscular, like, Carl Weathers from Predator body, you know? And then from, like, the neck up, it's just, like, present-day Danny Glover. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Somebody cast a curse on his head in exchange for basketball powers at some point. And here's the thing, I think one of the worst looking dudes in NBA history, I don't think he's even in a contest. He's retired now. I think they should put his jersey up in the rafters for just like what a terrible face he's got. It's Steve Nash. Steve Nash's got a bad looking face. It's objectively true. Do not challenge me. It's true. He's got one of those faces where, like, when you look at him, you're just very aware of the fact he's got a skull. You know what I'm talking about? It's this taut skin mask over bone. Like, have you guys ever seen somebody pet a cat too hard? You know what I'm talking about? Just he's got a face like he's just like always skydiving. Do you know? There's like always G-force acting on him. It's gross. Here's the thing, if it sounds like I'm bitter, it's because I am. Because I used to play college basketball, and they're just like living the life that I wish I could. Also, here's another reason why, and I found this out recently from my family. When my mom was my age, she apparently banged a lot of professional athletes. So, that's been a weird part about getting older, by the way, is like, my family just like slowly revealing secrets from its past. Like, it kind of treats it like the same way that like the government declassifies information. Like, they feel now that like 40 years have passed, like they can finally open the file on my mom's activities during the 1976 All-Star Weekend. And here's the thing that's upsetting about it is like my mom's like a good-looking woman, but she's not like professional athlete groupie good looking. So what that tells me is the way that she made the groupie squad was through like hustle and like coachability, you know? Like, I don't want to know that about my mom, man. Like, it's just... And here's the thing. I don't want to say who she was involved with, but let's just say that, like, I can't watch ESPN Classic now without like walking around angry for a couple of days. Like I saw the NBA top 50 players of all time reunion and I almost bit through my cheek. Like it was really bad. And it's the thing, like I now have like fantasies like of just like going up to one of those reunions or something and being like, why the fuck did you come back, Julius? But I know that like he'd probably come back and be with something like, man, Maggie knew the deal. It's like, fuck, unbelievable, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like people will come up to me after I've told that joke before and they've been like, oh my god, like your mom banged Dr. J, Julius Erving, that's awesome. I'm like, no, I took a little bit of creative liberty with that joke. It's just a lot more fun to say Julius than just to say the name Wills. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. Will Chamberlain? Alright, doesn't matter. I don't know, Brooklyn, I'm not sure. And here's why I'm ultimately bitter about it. It's like, it's a thing where like, it just explains the way that like my mom would like glare at me sometimes when I was a teenager. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was goofy as a teenager. I was like 6'5" by the time I was 13, and just like borderline scoliosis and like braces and acne. And my mom just sitting there glaring at me like, if I played my cards right, you would have been a first-round draft pick, man. And now all I got is a son that looks like a monster from a German folktale. It's not good. Let's not dwell on this, shall we? Let's talk about something else. You guys like nature documentaries? Huh? I'm not in denial about anything. I love nature documentaries, man. Here's the thing. I think the people that make nature documentaries, they gotta be saints, man. Like, they're the best people in the world in my book, because they like, making a nature documentary is like an impossible job. And no one cares. Like, it's so hard to do that job. In my book, the people that make nature documentaries, like, they're saints, man. Like, they gotta be to do that job every day and not flip out, like, every single day on the job. If they had my personality and were tasked with making a nature documentary, you'd be watching one, and the narrator would be like, this is the Andean spotted panther. We spent over 7 years in the wilderness just to capture one glimpse of this elusive cat. No one has captured him on film before. Did you hear what I said? I said 7 years in the wilderness just to capture one glimpse of that fucking cat. I was away from my family for 7 years. I missed the birth of my son. He calls me David now, not Dad. David, because I missed his birth. You kind of fast forward to hopefully skip the breakdown. He's like, 7 years I was in the wilderness, why? I went to Juilliard for Shakespeare. What am I supposed to be doing with my life right now? This isn't even my real accent. I'm from Jersey, man. They just pay more if you sound British. It's fucking bullshit, you fast forward again. Just fast forward again. He's like, I don't know what happened, man. I was supposed to be in movies by now, but it didn't work out. Our plane crashed in the Andes, man. It was terrible. We had to eat one of the camera guys. He was my best friend, but he was the weakest one. He was the weakest one. And everybody at home was watching just like, I don't understand why we insist on smoking weed before watching it. It's really backfiring on us right now. Well, if you guys couldn't tell, I read a lot of self-help books. It's the way that I navigate my life. Here's the thing, that self-help books, they don't really work on me anymore, because I've read so many of them at this point in my life that I know what the formula behind like every single one of them is. It's really easy to figure out if you've read as many as I have. It's that all self-help book authors are just batshit insane. Like, they're completely nuts, but they're also geniuses though. Because they realize that all they gotta do to write an unbelievable self-help book that just like prints money is to take all the crazy, narcissistic rants that are playing on loop in their head 24/7 and switch out all the I's and me's with you's and yours. Right? So like, for example, like a book called Behold Your Glory. That's a great title for a self-help book. But if you went with the original title, Behold My Glory, that's just like something somebody yells before they shoot a politician. I mean, that's a really great self-help book title. And there's other books in history that's applicable, right? Like, for example, Mein Kampf. It's a book written by Adolf Hitler, one of history's most infamous, most evil, most irredeemable psychopaths, right? Your Kampf. First ballot Oprah's book club. I guarantee it. Seriously, if you take that book and you switch out the word Jews with the term self-doubt, it becomes a really good book. Seriously. All right, that's right, guys. Thank you very much.